Where you go, I will go. Where you stay, I will stay. Your people will be my people, and your God, my God. These words were not spoken in a grand hall, nor declared before a king. They were whispered on a dusty road from one broken heart to another. These are the words of Ruth, a woman from Moab. She spoke them to Naomi, her mother-in-law, a woman heavy with loss. Naomi had lost everything, her husband, her 2 sons. Only memories remained, and the long road back to Bethlehem. Ruth's words were promise, a brave yes to a future she could not see. And with that yes, the story turned. Naomi's feet were heavy as she walked. Every step toward Bethlehem was a step away from the graves of her husband and sons. She returned to the land of her youth, no longer the woman who had left it. She had left full, a husband, 2 boys. She was returning empty. The sun beat down like the ache in her soul. Can this be Naomi? They saw grief carved upon her face, emptiness in her eyes. She silenced their questions. Do not call me Naomi, call me Mara, for the Almighty has dealt very bitterly with me. She felt abandoned by God. The field's abundance seemed to mock her. 2 widows with little room in this world, but beside her, a steady flame remained. Ruth. Ruth's decision to stay with Naomi was a profound act of sacrifice, not from obligation, but deep, abiding love. Orpah chose the sensible path and returned to her people and God's, the path of self-preservation, but Ruth could not take it. Her spirit was woven to Naomi's. She chose the harder road. Self-giving, love. Your people will be my people. She yielded her heritage. An immigrant, a stranger, vulnerable, without a protector, her risk was immense. Her loyalty came at a cost. Then the most powerful words, your God will be my God. A conversion of the soul, a leap of faith, faith born in tragedy. Upon arriving in Bethlehem, reality set in, no income, no provider, but it was barley harvest, time of provision. The law commanded corners and dropped grain be left for the poor, gleaning, for the orphan, the widow, the foreigner, their only hope. Ruth did not hesitate. Let me go to the fields and pick up leftover grain behind anyone in whose eyes I find favor. Bending, gathering, standing, moving, under the hot sun. Quiet diligence, no complaint, no attention. From morning until evening only a short rest. Integrity and grace earning respect. Each stalk of victory, a small sign of God's provision. She gathered survival, faith with hands and feet, unaware her faithful labor was placing her in God's extraordinary plan. It just so happened, Ruth gleaned in the field of Boaz, a relative of Naomi's late husband, a man of standing and character. The Lord be with you, they answered. The Lord bless you. Who is that young woman? The Moabite who returned with Naomi, tireless since morning. Her reputation had preceded her. He spoke with gentleness and care. Stay in my fields. Do not touch her. Provision and dignity. Why have I found such favor that you notice me, a foreigner? May the Lord repay you. Under his wings you have come to take refuge. Kindness that changed everything. God sees, protects, provides. That evening, Ruth returned with abundance. Boaz, Naomi recognized the name, a kinsman redeemer. A redeemer could marry a widow, preserve land, restore a name. Bitterness yielded to strategic hope. Wash, put on perfume, wear your best, go in secret, wait until he lies down, then go quietly. Lie down, an ancient, humble appeal for protection. I will do everything you say. She followed the plan perfectly. Quiet steps among piles of grain. Who are you? I am your servant Ruth. Spread your garment over me, for you are a redeemer. In vulnerability and faith, she asked for the shelter of covenant. Boaz was a man of honor. He called her request covenant-loving kindness. At the gate he convened witnesses. Naomi's land to be redeemed, first right offered to another. The man refused, fearing his estate. He relinquished his right with a sandal. Boaz would redeem the land and marry Ruth. May Ruth be like Rachel and Leah, faith, loyalty, kindness, fulfilled. Praise be to the Lord, he has not left you without a redeemer, the empty now full. Bitter turned to blessing, a legacy of hope cradled in her hands. God rarely speaks aloud here, no burning bush, no parted sea, yet his presence is woven through every scene, not accident, not coincidence, providence, ordinary places, field, floor, gate, guided by an unseen hand. He worked through faithful choices, loss and love woven into redemption, faith and work, hand in hand. Look for God in small things, hope returns where he is quietly at work. Obed's birth ended one chapter, and began a greater one. Obed, restorer of life, nourisher in old age. Obed, Jesse, David, the shepherd who became Israel's great king. A widow's yes led toward a throne, field to crown, hidden miracle. Generations later, in Bethlehem, another child was born. His name, Jesus. The outsider was grafted into the Savior's line. Her brave yes echoed through history. When your road feels desolate, remember Ruth's faithful steps. God saw her. He honored her. Your story is not over. New beginnings are sprouting. New.